Yeah, everybody, my name is Lowell, and welcome to the channel. So we have a reaction video for us today. This is from Ant's barbecue story on YouTube. This woman makes barbecue than all of Texas. So let's jump in. Let's have a look at this.
I first met Ms Tootsie when I was probably just a grade school or less.
Kerry was just a young boy running around in town barefoot, overalls. And at no time during that period did I ever think that someday he would be my boss.
Snow's barbecue began, I guess it was 2002. I mentioned to her about coming over here and opening a barbecue place.
And I told him, I said, we need to sit down and talk.
And we did that in my shop, had a several-hour visit, and
he said, do you think we can be ready by the 1st of March? I said, I'm ready tomorrow if you have the pits ready. So he got busy and got to building them, and we were able to open up March the 1st of 2003.
I built all of these pits that are here. And if you can see the craftsmanship on these, there's nothing that's great, but they were put together in 1st of 03, and they're still here with us. Opened up Saturdays only 2003 and rocked along for 5 years until 2008 when Texas Monthly recognized us as #1.
Dang.
I think there's a lot of things that go into making good barbecue. Everybody does his own thing. The individual cook has to get used to his own product and what he wants his product to be like.
You don't very often see somebody using the old electric knife cutting barbecue, but okay. God, it looks so good too. It looks so bloody good. Look at that. Oh.
His own product and what he wants his product to be like.
I mean, in 08, did we have some good barbecue? Yes, we did. Is it better today? Yes, it is.
Damn.
The name Snow's Barbecue comes from Snowman is my nickname, and it was just shortened to Snow's. And how I got the nickname of Snowman, when mother was pregnant, I have an older brother, 4 years older. When she was pregnant, an elderly gentleman asked him, did he want a little brother or sister? He said, I want a little snowman. And it just stuck. I was Snowman, and still to this day, Snowman.
Damn, okay.
Snow's Barbecue is located in Lexington, Texas. Population of about 1,000 or 1,100 now. I was born and raised here. It's just a small rural farming community. You'll hear the cows mooing on Saturday morning from a block down the road to you're sitting there eating and thinking, last week you may have heard that sound and now it's on your plate. It's kind of comical.
These are the direct pits, and these are real common out in this area. This is just like the pit over at Snow's. Obviously, it's just brick, but they'll load coals in through here. And then you got your grate over here, and all the barbecues set on here. And then we'll burn wood over here. Call this thing a torch.
Isn't it funny how you see all these, smokers and stuff, they're all real fancy, and then they're just, build themselves out of brick and whatever else, straightforward. No fancy gimmicks, whatever. Just good barbecue.
And then we'll burn wood over here. Call this thing a torpedo, but it looks like one. Just a big Esperon barrel.
That's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive, all right. Holy moly.
So I started working at Snow's in 2015 in April. It was actually on my birthday. I was just a regular ordering food, and that's when, unfortunately, Tootsie's son got sick, and he got diagnosed with cancer and was unable to work.
When he developed the brain cancer and had surgery, Kerry hired Clay to come in.
So I met Ms Tootsie probably when I was 3 or 4, really small.
Damn.
Tootsie was badass to me before she was famous. And so I came up here and I said, hey, Tootsie, do you remember, Craig Cowgill's son? And she said, oh yeah, you almost died in my meat market.
Well, I remembered him as a little bitty tot. And I remember one Saturday morning, he choking. on a piece of bread or some meat. As the
Dang.
years went by, and then I learned to know him after he came to work for us. And Clay has done a wonderful job with the barbecuing and cooking.
Isn't that how funny life happens and, you know, it comes around again? It's like, damn, okay.
So my shift normally starts like around 6:30, and around 7 I'll light the fire. Brisket will go on around 8:30. When I'm cooking, I don't listen to music. I love doing this, and so I want to be able to hear my thoughts and kind of focus on what I'm doing. And as the fire burns down, sometimes that log will fall off and it'll hit the door. And if I'm listening to music, I'm not able to hear that. And once it hits the door, my fire can die. So I like being able to hear it.
Man, that is a man that loves what he does. He's sitting there listening for that log to hit the door. If he hears it, he's like, yep, time to stoke the fire. Damn.
When I first step into this smokehouse area, like, I'm excited. I'm ready to work. You know, it's kind of like my office in a way.
I'm from the old country yet. I'm from the old school, and that's the way it is with brisket. Briskets were ground up into ground meat and other stuff.
Yep.
Because it's the sorriest cut of beef on the animal. Nobody wanted to fool with you. And someone has worked with it and found out you can make a good cut out of it.
Have you seen the cost of brisket these days? Damn.
It takes a lot of tender love and care, but you can come out with a very good product.
Most everybody in Texas or in the area seasons very basic, salt and pepper plus a little. We use salt and pepper only and kind of let the meat speak for itself.
Doesn't look like a lot of.
Get away with so much because
doesn't look like a lot of seasoning. Some of it brisket you see, you can't even see any meat because it's just seasoning. But that seems very light. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Self.
I think it's very light.
Method, you get away with so much because this area will touch, and I'll have everything great color, but then like where it was touching the other brisket, it'll be, you know, like green looking. And then I put it in foil and this thing melts.
In building the brisket pit, I didn't really have a lot of knowledge of exactly what I wanted. I knew what I wanted my end result to be able to hold a lot of brisket. And I built that one, and it, you know, we put in excess of 600 pounds on it in a cook.
Dang.
It is.
People will start lining up on Saturday mornings as early as Friday evening.
When was the last time y'all were here?
Man, if you're lining up the day before for the brisket, for the barbecue, that's a damn good barbecue. Holy moly.
Up on Saturday mornings as early as Friday evening.
When was the last time y'all were here?
I've never been here before, so we're so
and
excited.
we've been talking about it for 4 years, and we came, and the line was all the way, like, in the back corner already over there, but there were people from all over the world.
I mean, I can probably remember 1 week in the last 5 to 8 years that when I got here at 1 o'clock, there was not somebody already on the porch.
Nice meeting you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dang.
These are a little greener than normal, but that's okay. What I'm doing is just switching from like the briskets that were in the hottest spot to the coolest spot on the pit,
Circling them around,
and vice
okay.
versa.
Clay he's very, very attention to detail and does an exceptional job at what he's done. And we've started doing some classes throughout the year with him. Everybody we've had in the class have left extremely excited and felt like it was well worth their time spent here.
So how do you know where to put each brisket?
Like, I memorized this shit, man. I used to tell, like, I told a guy from class, he was like, how do you memorize them all? I was like, I name them all. And then He was like, what's this one's name? I was like, that's Bert. And then he showed me the same brisket like 10 minutes later. I was like, why are you showing me Bert again? He's like, oh my God, you do memorize them.
Friday night and Saturday, that's a pretty long day. He'll come in, 6:30 to 7:30 on a Friday night and leave at 10:30 to 12 on Saturday mornings. And in our brisket cooking process, if you're sidetracked for a minute, you could burn them up. I really can't say enough good things about what he does for this business.
You said this one is your favorite pit right here?
This one, I like all of them. Like my favorite way to cook is on those, like cooking pork steaks over there. Because that's a lot harder. And I can teach you how to do all this in one day.
Yeah.
And it's going to take me a couple of months to get you to do this right. At about midnight, I'm gonna light this big firebox so that Carrie can have coals to cook pork, steak, and chicken. And then I'm gonna manage that and keep loading him up full of wood throughout the entire cook that we have until next morning.
Dang. Ooh.
I get here on Saturday mornings now, usually around the 1:30 a.m. mark. And then somewhere right around 2, I'll put the pork and the chicken on. My favorite cuts of barbecue would probably still be the same the whole time we've opened, is the pork steaks. It's nothing other than a pork butt or a pork shoulder that's cut into about 2.5 inches. It's just a popular item that has become more popular in Texas barbecue. The indirect smokers and stuff that we use today just were not available or popular. But cooking over direct coals is, it's really like no other. The smoke of the coals, the drippings of the meat, and the mop sauce that we use drips on the coals, and the aroma again comes back up. And there's really nothing like it. And there's very few today that still do that. It's not the most economical way to cook at all, but it's part of the origin of barbecue and where we started.
Could you imagine the smell in there with everything cooking? Oh my God. Whew.
My dad said he had me cooking bacon by myself at 3. He could leave me alone and I could cook bacon. So I've always loved cooking. I would always cook ribs and different things and experiment with them. And throughout my entire life, it's always been my favorite thing to do. On the ribs, I cook everything bone side down, and then I'll rotate from my hottest spot to my coolest spot every hour so that I'm not burning the bottom bone side, because they're that side down the entire cook. Ribs, I'm gonna rotate around a whole bunch. We don't wrap them in foil when we cook, so I gotta pay attention to them, make sure I'm not burning anything. I'm gonna mop everything down here first, so that hot mop isn't dripping now on my hands. I only did that one time. It only took me one time to learn.
You learned up.
I was like, oh, that's a simple fix.
Texas A&M on the smoker there.
These have already got pretty good color. We'll flip them and cook them a while. Pretty hot on that other side, and then shortly before we open, we'll turn them back over. Get a little finish.
The mop sauce. The mop sauce is just a concoction of several different items that we put together. And again, it is basically the same thing that Ms Tootsie had used for many years. It's a combination of water, onions, butter, Worcestershire sauce, mustard flour, which is just a ground mustard seed, and vinegar. Whether it be Clay, Tootsie, or myself, we're all gonna make it a little different. Do we measure anything that we mix here? No, nothing.
Try not to bring that back to a heavy boil, just getting it back good and hot. I won't boil that vinegar very long. Boil that vinegar a lot, you'll boil the acidities out of it and tenderize it. It kind of takes away from it.
Yes, the seasoning, the cooking is important, but the mop sauce that we use here plays a crucial part in this ending result. It not only has a flavor profile to it, keeps the meat moist. We'll cook for a long time. Them pork steaks and chicken both will cook from 6+ hours. You know, you stop and think, you're cooking a damn chicken for 6 hours, but we do. It's like I said, that's probably where if somebody's gonna make a mistake is doing it too fast.
So our briskets are 7 pounds. They cook for about 9-10 hours. And about 5 to 6 hours in, they get wrapped with foil. It kind of steams in the tin foil, and it kind of breaks down and melts the brisket in a way.
We will wrap ours in aluminum foil. That'll, you know, a lot of people have different opinions, but it's kind of everybody's personal touch. But ours will finish their cooking process in aluminum foil.
So my favorite thing about cooking barbecue is maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when it starts to get real hectic, and there'll be a point where I won't sit down for like hours. I'm cooking probably 130 pieces of meat, by myself. And so I don't have time to think about how tired I am. I've got to make sure I'm not burning anything.
Yep.
I have a brain that never stops, and it's almost like my brain is a storm. And it gets almost like chaotic, like let's say I'm watching 150 pieces of barbecue and I'm tired and I'm sweating, and to me it's almost like meditation in a way. The more and more hectic it gets for me, the calmer my mind gets. Okay, done.
Our baby boy, Colby, works here. When I say baby boy, he's now 25, and my son will come in usually around 5.
So how long have you been doing the sausage for?
Probably 4 or 5 years now.
You like doing it?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Once it gets done, on this side, I'll pick it up and spin it all the way around. Once it's done,
look at that.
we just keep it all separate in a cooler. Keep the boxes full, or try to anyway, not run out.
When we opened here, I think Colby was 4 years old, and he's been working with it all the time, and has just in the last several years really taken more of a responsible role.
What's your favorite thing about just barbecuing in general?
Doing it all together, all of us here. Yes, sir.
Larissa, which is the oldest that works here, currently she works our to-go line out back that's either locals or pre-orders that people can call and get an order to go. My goals or dreams for the future of Snow's Barbecue would be to, our kids to continue to run it if that's what they choose to do when I'm gone. They have been part of our growing process that I'm back to so thankful for, with how many people contributed to getting us where we are today, and my kids are definitely one of them, and they play a huge part in it.
You smell the mop on here? Smell the vinegar?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how you can tell if you got enough vinegar, if it makes you want to cough.
Yeah.
See how they're so red and pretty?
Mm-hmm.
And there's no red sauce mop on there. Okay. This is what I'm looking for. I got breaks in the ribs, and then I can turn it over and put my finger through the back of the skin. And that's how I can tell.
We know when the pork steak is done. I mean, for us, it's more of a look and a feel. Pork steaks, I will judge them more with a fork. There's a time frame in there to where they're going to be really tender. Will they be brisket tender? Not quite, but again, that's the cut of meat and the cooking process, but very close.
Yeah.
Wow.
Clay has been very good within his briskets, that he's able to bend them and know how far they are.
So see where I'm touching the lean? What I'm feeling for is how soft the lean is. I don't care about the fatty end, because that renders quicker. I want to feel how soft the lean is. That's all I'm doing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My favorite part in the shift is probably around 6:30. Seeing people show up in the morning
look at
was
him.
like my second breath. It's just I love what I do. Keep rotating. Keep rotating.
The secret. Rotate.
Clay does his job and we don't get in each other's way. He's got his cookers he's on with the indirect heat. I'm on my cookers with the direct heat. And Clay has been a very wonderful man to work with. It took me a little time to get used to him, but I have really enjoyed him.
Ms Tootsie comes to work now on Saturday mornings, usually 6:30ish, times back in the earlier days where she'd start the fires and everything. But she'll come in now at 6:30 or 7 and she'll finish the pork and the chicken that I put on at 2.
What I appreciate about her the most is her work ethic. And she loves barbecue. She loves to cook barbecue.
I've been in the barbecue business since 1966. I got into the barbecuing by accident. My husband worked for a meat market in Giddings. They were shorthand one day, and so the boss asked him if I would come in and help. Well, it ended up from 1 day to 1 week to 1 month to years. So we bought the meat market, and I had it for 20 years until my husband suffered a stroke. And we had to get rid of it then.
She comes in earlier morning and it's more of a relaxing time for her, and that hasn't been an easy transformation for her to get into that. She's one that's always had to have her hand in it.
Then after Chef's Table, that opened up another new world. Since then, we have people from all over the world that come to visit Snow's and to meet me and to take pictures with us.
Well, Ms Tootsie's notoriety has been instrumental to a lot of people in the business. That's very rewarding.
Instead of all the awards, certificates, and I just don't go for that. I go for the joy and the pleasure of seeing someone's face light up when they recognize me. I lost my husband in December of 15 and my son in March of 16. God closed those doors. They weren't coming back. But God opened up so many other doors for me to walk the path that I have met such wonderful people. I give all my praise to God that He has given me the strength and courage and enlightenment to continue.
First in line.
I know it. You're excited. I know
awesome.
he's going to give the ticket away for first in line.
Nah.
I don't mind being second. Number 2 is a good spot.
We'll do a raffle before we open up. I let the line just self-number theirself, and that's usually a chore, but that's easier than having tickets or numbers.
I'll probably do the first half raffle and then open up and then come do the back half, and then we'll give the Yeti away about 8 maybe. Keep it going.
God, look at the lineup.
Lone Star, Tito's Vodka. We serve all that at our free bar, which, not many places have a free bar at 7:30 in the morning.
Can I get 2 Lone Stars?
Wait. Does that mean free bar as in free? Or is that just they're free to sell drinks? I guess that's what it means.
And now we have the merch building on a Saturday. That'll be staffed with 2 people in the merchandise building.
Let's go with this 1 sticker also, please.
Bloody hell.
Woo. Where's 142? 57. We'll get you back up there.
Damn, they're giving away.
All right, I've got 4 prizes. One of them is a Yeti Roadie. We've got a Yeti mug. And then we've got 2 other prizes on there. Let's let the lady draw first. Is that all right?
Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
I am pretty sweet.
20 ounce Yeti.
20-ounce Yeti.
Thank you.
We've divided this country, way too much for no reason. You know, whether you're this side of the fence or that side of the fence, the dividing line is way too strong, and you should be nice to everybody. We've all got one goal, and that's, you know, that's to be productive and to serve our Lord, and that's what we've done.
They do the anthem? Wow.
So many people will cook today what they're gonna serve tomorrow and hold it in warmers.
So you guys don't have warmers here?
No, we don't have any warmers.
The girls will come out, we'll have a runner that'll come out and grab barbecue as it's needed inside.
Oh.
Okay, I'll get the two pound brisket, 2 pounds of pork ribs to go.
73.60.
Yeah, I'm gonna need chicken too, by the way.
73.60.
The style of barbecue that we cook at Snow's, I would call it the old traditional style of barbecue. We don't do plates. We sell it by the pound. It's sliced in front of you. You know, as you come through the line, we don't push people through in a hurry.
Thank you so much.
The first customers.
Here we are. I know, we are so excited. This is amazing.
Wow.
Look at that, huh?
That's a platter right there.
It is.
My favorite cuts are probably the pork steak. When I first came in and I reintroduced myself to Tootsie, I had some pork steak. And I've never had a piece of food that like jogged my memory so far back. But I took one bite of that pork steak and it was the same bite. And it literally took me back to where I was probably like 3 or 4, eating there, swinging my feet off the porch table. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's the same thing.
Oh my gosh. We are so excited. We are unbelievably excited. They came to feed from Phoenix, Colorado, Florida, New Hampshire, California, and Iowa. So it's been really great.
This is one of the best places where it's going to create a really good barbecue memory. The memories here are better than the barbecue.
My birthday today.
Hey.
Where did we came? That Snow's barbecue.
You again.
It's you. Yeah, it's me.
I knew you would come back.
Every year for my birthday, we come here just for you to slap that brisket. You gotta slap it. You gotta slap it. Hey, now. Yeah, I won the whole thing now.
Dang.
What am I most proud of? I guess the fact that we're 20 plus years into it and we're still rolling along. I'm working side by side with my family while I'm doing this.
I know I won't live forever. There's no way of knowing how much changes will take place till the next generation. Yes, I think they can carry on. I have no problem thinking that they can't.
People don't understand the barbecue family, as we call it. We are a tight-knit family, and that's probably the most rewarding of all of this is the people I've met and bonded with. Could name a couple of them, you know, Wayne Mueller, Louis Mueller and Taylor always had an open door.
You'll get 4 sausages, and you'll get the burnt ends, and you get the 3 sides.
Thought I'd treat them to the world's best barbecue.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a beef rib?
2 of them.
2 of them? 2 beef ribs.
2 regular links and 2 jalapeno links.
So I'll give it to you in a pound, okay?
And then half a pound of fatty grits.
Is that it, Clay?
That's it. So people have come in here before and eaten this beef rib, taken one bite, and said, hey, I want to do this for the rest of my life and open up restaurants because of this. Oh, dude. It's so fucking good. It's magic.
Oh. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was a great video to get it behind the scenes and some of the reasons why, why they do the barbecue. And I think Ms Tootsie is about 89, 90 years old. So, she's still doing it at that age. It's just crazy. It is just crazy. But that knowledge that she has to pass on to the next generation and the next generation after that, that is priceless, that knowledge. So, but that's another one that said, they've kind of got into barbecue, just fallen into it. Something's happened and they've taken it up, and then, 60 years later, they're still doing it, so I'm kind of at that stage where I'm just about to fall into it, and I can't wait for that, to get into it and try all the different things that are there with it. It's just, some of that barbecue looked amazing. But I think it's, as you said, the barbecue is fantastic. It is amazing. But the memories you make when you go to places like that and just sit and chat with your family, with friends, meet new friends, whatever. You can't pay money for that. That is priceless. So that was a real good video. That was an excellent video. I loved it. I loved the way that the family's in there working, and those long-term employees are just, I like family, no matter what you say, they're family now. So that was excellent. It's nice to see Ms Tootsie still up in there, getting her hands dirty, doing the barbecue, and then obviously passing that information on to the next generation. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So let me know if you enjoyed that video, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. Make sure you stay safe, and I will definitely see you in the next reaction video. Oh, you're still here? You want more content? Why don't you check out my Patreon down here? You'll get plenty more content and some exclusive videos over there too. If not, why not check out this one over here?